cannon at his front in case Hydra is going to be coming knocking. Stats has a lot of Zealots, meanwhile. I think that's 7. Going to go for those low rights. Pretty well. Very good setup here by Jaedong overall building placement. Very long range to get to that sunken colony. With those 2 hatcheries put out together, to get to the drones, you kind of have to go through a funnel. 1 Zealot at a time. So overall, Jaedong playing on top point. Everything seems to be completely planned out. It's like a game of mathematics. It's not like the way Calm plays. Calm has nifty builds, nifty little things that he does here and there that just surprise you. He strategizes very well. Well, Jaedong just has kind of the game plan. Jaedong has the game plan. He knows what he wants to do. He knows when he wants to do. Seems to have the mental game in mind. Now the Zealots are coming in from stats. With weapons 1, they are going to be able to engage these Zerglings and Hydras pretty well. But Jaedong has forces coming in from the back. They're going to be enough to completely eradicate the Zealot force. Hydra is just trying to micro themselves, stay alive as long as they can. Going to get down on this bridge. Hydra's going to come in from behind. And 3 Zealots, meanwhile, actually going to be able to, run back home and fight for Iron another day. Has a much high tempo out in the field, meanwhile, alongside a couple of Corsairs. Not really that many forces down on the ground, but just getting his own tech up. So yeah, that's how I feel how Jaedong feels. He has the mental game in mind alongside. He plays a really good game on the mental game, and Calm plays smart, but sometimes smart sometimes is just not enough. Well, Jaedong, he also plays intelligently. He is in top, basically knows what's coming when, knows what to expect when, reacts to it perfectly in pinpoint timing, and he has a game plan in mind, and he also, thinks about the mentality of his opponent at the same time. Corsair gonna come out there. Ooh, not quite in time to get Corsairs picked off. Should actually stay alive. Yeah, he's gonna stay alive long enough to go to the upper right hand and to the natural expansion, spotting what's going on. They're gonna spot the lurker eggs. That's critical, right? They're gonna know that there are lurkers now. We're gonna see whether to fly right towards his natural expansion to try to save the Corsair. We're actually gonna keep scouting towards the lower right. Is gonna go to the lower right to scout. Might actually lose the Corsair before that happens. No, stays alive. Nice. One hit. Ah! Oh, man, beautiful. Nice dodging there, though. So managing to keep that alive. Also keeping that out of the way of the Hydras. Jaedong going to expand towards the natural expansion. The mineral only at the 3 o'clock, while Stats is going to do the same towards his 9 soon, I think. Think being an important word there. Should have observers out in the field as well as Solid putting down his barracks facility. Yeah, he's going to put a pylon at that mineral only, so he's going to expand fairly soon. Jaedong has speed for his overlords. I saw that. He's actually going to go for a drop, getting drop alongside. Plenty of workers, Zerglings, Hydras. Going to drop right on the main. And Stats. Oh no, Stats! Oh god, Stats has his entire army moving across the middle to go assault Jaedong. And Jaedong is, oh man, this drop is going to do so much damage. It's not even going to be pretty to look at. A lot of overlords, a lot of forces. Stats, I don't even know, Stats at this point knows this is happening, but I'm not sure. Even if he moves back, he's probably not going to be able to save his base. A lot of damage going to get done, and Stats not looking very satisfied. He's going to keep up with the attack. You can see on the minimap, he's actually continuing to move on. He has a pretty decent army, he has some high temp bars. Corsairs come in, help harass the overlords. He probably has an observer alongside just to engage those lurkers. A few Hydras, the lurkers, and Zerglings, but he's going to have to do some serious damage. Just winning fights here is not going to be enough. He's going to lose his entire main, might even lose all of his tech alongside. God, losing the observer. Oh, I think my throat died just a little bit more when I screamed observer like that. But he's already adding cannons and natural, trying to recruit more observers to go out there and help engage against everything else. But the lurkers all over the place alongside those Hydras for Jaedong inside of Stats' main. Stats going to lose all of his tech, all of his gateways alongside that Nexus. Pylons are going to go down as well if he can bother to take them down. If he doesn't ignore them and just go for an attack. Meanwhile, Stats going to go, yeah, good. That mineral only might have been a little bit harder to do the reinforcement route, but short reinforcement route. He's meanwhile going to go for the lower right hand. Has enough force to pick that off, I think. It has a few high Templar, might have actually already lost one, but still has a lot of forces in here. Going to pick off another Overlord, and is going to be able to pick up this hatcheries as a storm there kills the lurker that was coming in. But he's going to be able to clean this up, but I don't really know if this base range is worth it. It lost a lot of pylons too. It's actually Not that often that you see Protoss players lose a crap load of pylons and get supply blocked, but might be the case. Never mind. See, actually, I don't think Stats cares about being supply blocked too bad because he has no gateways. Has maybe a gateway on his natural. Should be producing some more somewhere along those lines, close to that anyway, to continue production of forces. Let's try. But he's overall in pretty bad position. This little force that he has right here is pretty much all he has. And Jaedong now, I think he's setting himself might be setting himself up for pincher attacks. Has workers and Hydros on two sides. Only had 2 high Templar out in the field. 4 stats. I'm not quite sure if he really has this. 1 storm goes off, does a pretty decent amount of damage. Second storm just picks off a worker, nothing else. Third storm hits almost nothing but 1 single Hydralisk. Jaedong is just going to continue the pressure on stats. He's going to go for the spinner only, put down the lurkers, attack that hatchery, those zealots. And I think Stat's going to get boxed into a corner here. Nothing. Zealots go down. Nothing but an Observer and a few Dragoons. The Archon's not even going to be allowed to morph in before he dies, man. I think Stat should have actually just run away, got his troops into safety, moved back, tried to reestablish his own base. He picked off a base of Jaedong's base trade. Not a tech trade, though, because he lost his own tech. But I think he should have just gone to the left side from that base and kind of, stayed alive, but overall he's in a pretty bad position. Jaedong has lurkers on the outside, just picking off a little bit here and there. Probably going to manage to pick off a gateway there. Stats milling gateways just slowly between his mineral and that. Wasting storms on picking off lurkers due to lack of observers, that's pretty bad. Oh, lurker. And lurker lurker into a couple of Hydras, thought it was 2 lurkers. Gonna come in there, gonna get dropped on that 9 o'clock. Probe's gonna get picked off. This is gonna be cleared up due to observers aren't in play, but whoa. Jaedong has a lurker alongside a bunch of Hydralisks. I was going to say a much naughtier word, but decided not to. Storm going to go off. Going to hit some Hydras and the lurker. Pretty decent storm there. Second storm going to come and get dodged beautifully there by Jaedong. But this is going to be it. Jaedong moving in a bunch of Hydras and Stats having almost pretty much absolutely nothing to fight off against this. So this is going to be it. GG any moment. Jaedong 3-0 Stats here. Beautiful play overall. Some Zealots coming in for the death, waiting for a storm, but not going to happen. Jaedong going to have reinforcements imminent and reestablishing his lower right hand, meanwhile getting his economy back up, and just going to manage to finish this off with this. Yeah, GG in caps. Woo! Jaedong, yeah, doing what his picture shows. Thumbs down. Clicking his tongue there as he leans backwards. So 3-0 and get himself to the semifinal. It's going to have either Huasin or Callus as a opponent. I'm not going to spoil that just in case you wanted to watch this series first. But that's it. Stats. Yeah, just, playing pretty well PvZ against July, but July is not in top form despite his CVP prowess, and Jaedong just completely crushing Stats here. I think there's pretty much what everybody else expected. So that's it. There are going to be some pretty exciting semifinals. I'm really looking forward to those. I hope you guys are as well. So GG. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Once again, sorry about the whole lateness with the commentary thing, and huge thanks for 2,000 subscribers. Let's go higher and higher. Later.